black color super.
This is like mad backo. I'm dipping, bro. We're gonna make this fun.
Taking off.
It's Chad. I'm trying to give him some content.
I'ma go harder than hard. I'm one of the sickest, the youngest in charge. You picked up the ball and fumbled.
Yeah, you thought that was gonna work.
Touchdown, running mouth. I keep a stick, I ain't talking the crowds. I'm dripping so hard like I'm breaking a law. Like the fourth quarter, you know that I'm locked in. I want my
Negative,
money
he's coming
up
around
front
back.
of the
The
badge.
head tip of the
If I said I wanted, I bad, I copy.
Get them a little bit. No, they probably gonna crash. You know the cops.
I feel like Kobe on time for the Lakers. Walk on the spot, dripping in different fabrics. My chain be on swim diamond, test it, I pass it. You wanna go home in the playoffs? Ain't no time I leave it all on the floor.
Oh, shoot, he crashed straight into me.
Ain't no time
What
I
the
leave it all
hell?
on the floor. Blood, sweat, tears in the playoffs. Ain't no time I leave it all on the floor. Blood, sweat, tears in
I
the
know, right?
playoffs.
He crashed straight into me.
You wanna go home in the playoffs? You wanna go home in the playoffs? You wanna go home in the playoffs? It's the playoffs.
I gave him a tap. His engine might be a little messed up.
You better play hard, it's the playoff. I'ma go harder than hard. I'm one of the sickest, the youngest in charge. You picked up the ball and fumbled the ball. I went for a fly, touchdown, running mouse. I keep a stick, I ain't talking the crowds. I'm dripping so hard like I'm breaking the line. Like the fourth quarter, you know that I'm locked in. I want my money up front of the deposit.
Oh my God, my airbag just deployed.
Ain't no time I leave it out on the floor. Blood, sweat, tears in the playoffs. Ain't no time I leave it out on the floor.
Disable.
You wanna go home in the playoffs?
Yo.
You wanna go home in the playoffs? 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 You better play hard, it's the playoffs.
You ain't not getting away from Chad, bro. Chad is like, that's my never even not, bro. I work for any other cop, bro.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another DVRP video. In today's video, we're gonna do something slightly different, and the purpose of this video is one, to show you the viewers, the guys that are watching my channel all the time, how certain things are done from our perspective as role-playing and law enforcement that you guys don't usually see. Unless you're part of my live streams, you don't ever get to see when I write reports, or the follow-up of the RP that happens whenever we get into different scenes. Now in DVRP V5, we still have that law system, that court system from V4. It's just a little bit more reduced and only when on request from the role players in the community. And but that doesn't mean that law enforcement don't have to do their due diligence and write actual reports. Now the second reason I'm doing this video is also for the new officers and for officers in DVRP to see how to write reports. Now this is something that I don't believe that I have to sit down and train into everybody, because we have AI, and you guys gonna especially see my use of AI in today's video. And we have AI and we have different things that there should be no excuse for people writing reports or writing good reports. It is part of the role play, it's part of being a law enforcement officer, and what we're trying to do is role play as best as possible how to be a cop, just taking some of the real life aspects and putting it into the game. Now before I get too far into this video, I do want to make a quick disclaimer. This community and what we are doing is by no means any way, shape or form related to the real life Atlanta Police Department, City of Atlanta, or the state of Georgia. We are not affiliated in any way. I don't take any money. I don't none of that is affiliated or anything. So I just want to make that very clear. We are not associated. We are fans, and this is something that is created on the base of fandom, on the base of being fictional, and on the base of being of trying to role play what they do in real life in the game. We're not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form. I'll have an official disclaimer up on the screen. Now without further ado, if you guys remember the last couple of days, I think it was on Thursday, Steve ran for me on his live stream, and I haven't written the report yet. I wanted to make this opportunity, or take this opportunity to not only show you guys what goes into it after the fact, but also have a video out there for officers to see the full process and everything that we have going on. All right, so first thing, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Steve's character. Now the character that we arrested, his name, sorry, let's get up the MDT. His name is Tony Savage. I don't believe anybody has created a case because I was the all right, we're back. Apparently my office, it seems to be giving me some trouble, so maybe I'm not supposed to be in that office. Anyways, so what we're gonna go ahead and do here is I'm gonna go ahead and search up what the name of the person is. The name is gonna be Tony Savage. Okay, guys, as you can see, he's already have a photo in here, so we don't need to do that. But normally when you're doing your booking procedures, you're going to take a photo and update him if the person has never been arrested. Okay, now this is the card that he used, and these are the link reports from before. We haven't created anything yet, so I wanted to make sure that you guys understood how everything is done from the very beginning. Now the first order of business, what we're going to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and utilize ChatGPT, and in DVRP, we have templates for everything. So let me show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. If you guys are in APD, and I'm not sure how it's done in Sheriff Office and State Patrol GSP, but in APD, in Atlanta Police Department, I have a template for everything. I gave these guys everything on documentation because they don't need to come and ask me for anything because most of it is written down here. Now we have reports for absolute everything. You got weapons license, use of force, general incident, citation report, arrest reports, policies, and everything. Everything should be in here. Even a Miranda card I have there for these guys. All right. And then I've recently done this one because I realized that these guys were missing a case template. Back in before, the CAD will automatically give you a template for your cases. It doesn't work that way anymore. All right, so I made a case template for them, and let's get this over here. All right, so this is going to be the case template. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up ChatGPT here, and you don't have to do this, but I have a premium version of ChatGPT because I do a lot of prompts every single day, not only for my YouTube channel, but for, you know, making documents in DVRP and also these reports. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna type some prompts here. Generate a good police arrest report. Actually, let's do that over. Using the following template. Generate a good police arrest report for Tony Savage. When I do that, I then add his date of birth, which we can go ahead and minimize. Go back to, let's put that Discord over there. We don't need that right now. We could go back here and copy it. So 06/12/30. We're gonna go back to our ChatGPT 2006 012/30. Fingerprint ID. Let's copy the fingerprint ID because he was arrested, so we would have taken fingerprints. All right, go back to here, copy that onto there, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy the arrest report right here and put that there. Now what I want to do is a narrative. Now with the narrative, this is how you articulate what happened. Now I recommend only focusing on the facts and focusing on what the person actually did. On this day, I only arrested him for the felony evading. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do, this is the DVRP criminal code document. We're gonna go ahead and find felony evading arrest. So this one is just evading a peace officer on foot or bicycle, and then this one is felony evading a peace officer, motor vehicle, vessel, or aircraft. All right, so we're gonna copy that and put that onto our prompt. So we're gonna add up here charges right here. All right, so the narrative is what you state. So you state on what day was it? Thursday was the 2nd. On 07/02/20, or let's do it easier, so the AI doesn't get confused. On July 2nd, 2026, at approximately I think that was one of the last ones that was done on stream. So let's do 2300 hours. I initiated a traffic stop on a black Toyota Supra. You have to put in important information. What kind of car was it? What plate was it? If there was a plate, why you stopped the person, the probable cause for you stopping the person, and those are the important information you need in there to identify that this is what you did was legal. It was a legal traffic stop in this particular scenario. I pulled up the video here, and the reason I pulled him over was because of the window tint. All right, the window tint was super dark, and that's a valid reason to pull somebody over in this city. All right, so I initiated a traffic stop on the black Toyota Supra, and then you state where it happened. So the final stop, and this is why it's important for you to have video footage or anything like that. If you have a clipping software, metal, whatever the case may be, utilize this. So the final stop was 8245 South Rockford Drive. All right, so we're gonna do that. I initiate a traffic stop on a black Toyota Supra. Let's put the plate. I never got the plate on the actual scene, but we did catch him, and this was a plate right here. So you copy that plate, you go to his car, you copy that plate, and then you go ahead and do this. All right, and you paste it there. Initiate a traffic stop of black Toyota Supra, plate, whatever the plate is, on 8245 South Rockford Drive for dark window tint. Then you have to state why you stopped him for dark window tint. I observed the window tint being extremely dark. So we could do that, but let's go ahead and look at the penal code for illegal window tint. No tint on the rear, the front or rear windshields must permit visibility into the vehicle from the outside, from the side windows. That wasn't the case when I pulled him over. There's window tint on the rear, and there was no visibility from the side. No visibility from the side. So let's go ahead and do that. I observed the window tint being extremely dark with window tint on the rear and front windshields and zero visibility into the vehicle from the outside looking in through the side doors. This establishes a probable cause for this particular stop. So I'm gonna copy this part of the penal code and we're gonna put it onto here, because that gives me the legal justification for pulling him over. This is straight from the penal code. All right, so then we do this, looking in through the side doors. Once I approached the driver, who was later identified through fingerprint and photo ID as Tony Savage, fled the traffic stop without being free to leave. Mr. Savage led officers on a high-speed vehicle pursuit from 8245 to, and then let's look where the stop ended, up here in Paleto, to postal 1105 on which highway is this again? Great Ocean Highway. On a high-speed vehicle pursuit from 8245 in the city of Atlanta to on Great Ocean Highway. All right. Exceeding speeds of over 100 mph, and that part is very important because if you wanted to make it add another charge of such as reckless driving, then you could have that could have been done right there. Okay, officers, during the pursuit, Mr. Savage collided with a local vehicle and disabled his vehicle. He attempted to run on foot, but officers utilized hands-on force and tasers to gain compliance and put him into custody without further incident. Now, if the person if there's no medical on scene and the person was put into handcuffs and tased using some sort of force, then you need to treat them. And you need to declare in your arrest report that you treated them or you took them to the hospital for them to be treated. Or if there's fire EMS, the fire EMS comes to treat them. So you can go ahead and put this here, tasers to gain compliance and put him into custody without further incident. He was treated by officers at the Sandy Sheriff Station and booked and processed. He was transported to Boiling Brook State Pen. I don't know how to spell penitentiary, so the AI will figure it out for me afterwards. Transported. All right, so this is all you really need to say for the arrest report, and that took me less than 10 minutes. And from this we could generate so many other reports, and I'll show you guys really quickly. The vehicle was impounded to Davis impound lot. We didn't get any evidence. If he shot at us and we retrieved the gun, we will put that in here. If any of that was done, we will put it in here. But for now, all he did was run, so we put that in. And then I put what his charges were on the particular day. All right, So then we're going to go back here and change our prompt. Using the following template, generate a good police report for Tony Savage. Ensure that the narrative aligns with the snippet of the criminal code provided. That way that the AI will know to state, okay, he's felony evading arrest, and this is why he was felony evading arrest. Even though I mentioned it, the AI will know how to articulate it a little bit better than some of you. And me, I already know how to do this on a baseline with how I done, because I kind of did it in my narrative that I wrote to the AI. I made the AI's job a lot easier. However, for those of you who do not understand that part, this putting this simple statement right here in will help you so much. Trust me. All right, so we're going to use this now, and there's 3 reports we need to write, or 3 different things we need to write, and I'm going to show you guys what it is that we need to do. So let the AI do its thinking. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. If you want me to do more guides videos like these, we can go ahead and do that. The AI already knows my officer's name and everything like that, and we're look at all of this. It's already given me everything that I needed to do. But what I do recommend is that you guys don't always just utilize the AI. You can read it yourself and make any changes. At approximately this, I initiated a lawful traffic stop on a black Toyota Supra bearing this plate near this road. The traffic stop was initiated after I observed the vehicle operating with illegal window tint. The vehicle appeared to have tint on both the front and rear windshields, and the side windows were dark enough that officers had zero visibility into the vehicle from the outside. This aligned it with the penal code that I put in. I observed the tint violation consistent with this one, which prohibits window tint on front and rear windshields and requires side windows to permit visibility into the vehicle from the outside. After the vehicle was stopped, I approached the driver and made contact with the individual. This is why you need to do this. You need to edit it, because I never made contact with him. I only identified this at the station. So we could go back now and edit our prompt. So right here, I was boom. Let's go through here. Once I approached the driver, he immediately took off from officers, and we could change the order. The driver, who was later identified after arrest, after the pursuit and arrest through these means, fled the traffic stop without being free to leave. So let's see what it does when I made those edits. That's why you have to read it over just really quickly before anything. And the reason I'm taking so long now is because I have to tell you guys or coach you guys through the report writing process while I'm doing it. This is why it's taking so long for this. But if you're doing it on your own, this is not going to take this long. Trust me, this is not going to take this long. All right. So I stopped my observer extremely dark window tint, prevent the vehicle after the lawful traffic stop was initiated. I approached the driver before contact could be completed. The driver intentionally fled from the officers in the motor vehicle without being released or otherwise free to leave. The driver was later positively identified through fingerprint and photo identification as Tony Savage. Operated the vehicle away from the traffic stop and led officers on a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit traveled from the original stop near this location in the city of Atlanta and continued to Great Ocean Highway postal this one. Tony Savage at speed, blah, blah, blah. All you can read through all of that. This will give everything. Officer observations. This is the evidence. Fingerprint, pursuit route, and stop arrest locations, blah, 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 blah. All of that stuff is done. Additional notes if you need to. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. And what we're going to go ahead and do is first we're going to make that report. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to put that on here. Cool. All right. I'm the supervisor, so there's no need to add supervisors on here. I'm happy with how this report turned out, so we don't need to make any edits right now. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and edit the title. So the title is going to be APD arrest report Tony Savage. I'm gonna leave that spot there later, and I will tell you why that spot is there. We're gonna add his name, so Tony Savage. Cool. All right. And then we're gonna put our name attached to it here. Now, there used to be a spot where you add the vehicles, but it's no longer there, so it's cool. Now this is gonna be his mugshot photo that I taken. If you had the vehicle photo, you'd also add that there, but it's not there, so we don't need to put it right now. All right, and then this is the arrest. All right, and then you're literally done with this report. This report is completed for right now. All right, but next, let's continue here. Next thing we have to do is create a case file. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to the case file template. We're gonna copy this. Now, using this information, and the following template, generate a case file on this arrest. So now it's gonna populate this information using this case file, this is why I told you guys this is so easy. This is so simple and it doesn't take a long time. All right, we're gonna change that because I wasn't motor 1 at the time, but see, it puts all of this stuff here. Now it does everything and it's easy, bro. It's so easy. Let's go ahead. Now we're gonna go back to our report. We're gonna open up a case and we're gonna title it Georgia, I hope I spelled that correctly, versus Tony Savage. Cool. And then we're gonna leave that space there, and I'm gonna explain that afterwards. So now, evidence, if they had a gun, you'll be able to put it there. You'll be able to put it in the stash, but there's no gun right now, and evidence will be photos and different things like that. We're gonna do tags, arrest, and then right here put all the information that we literally just did. Don't need a supervisor review, so we take that out, but you guys don't do that if you're normal officers. We're gonna take this one because we don't need it right there. Case status pending review, and look at all of this, and your supervisors will go in and change that once they look over it. So now we're gonna do, we have all the information here. Everything is simply done. You just have to go ahead and read it over and make sure that everything is done correctly. All right, this is the offenses, but we only charge him for this one. All right, but it's listed there because those are the offenses, and the reason why it's both of them are put there is because the DA afterwards, after the arrest and stuff, can also imply those charges. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add my name on here because this is officer involved, and then this is where you put the vehicle. And what you could do, we have the vehicle plate and stuff like that on the case, so it's just a matter of going and finding it. Here it is. The plate is right there. Let's copy that, and we add his vehicle to the case. Boom, that's done. All right, and then no weapons reported. Now we link the report. Tony Savage, look at the one that I just made right here. Boom, report added, and case is done. It's that simple, guys. Literally that simple. Let's go ahead and edit this, and we're gonna add there. Cool, that's done. Last thing we have to do for this particular case, and it's gonna vary, it's gonna depend on what reports you have to write. We're gonna do the use of force because we hit him with a taser, he got punched, all that kind of stuff. Using this information, generate, and the following template, generate and a use of force report. Boom, paste, it's gonna fill out everything for me. And it's so easy, guys. It is so easy. That took, right now this video is about 20 minutes long. Imagine if I didn't have to sit down and talk and explain everything to you guys or any of that. This will take me 10 minutes max, bro. And you guys see it on stream all the time and stuff like that. So this is why I wanted to show you guys this. All officers, everybody that is involved that can get these things done. This is easy, and it fills out everything for you. Soft hand techniques, hard hand techniques, because he got punched. Taser, stun device, actively resisting and fleeing. All of this stuff is in here. Remember, just read it through. But I think I'm confident right now in the AI to get this here done properly. So right here, let's go back to reports, create, put that on there. You're gonna take out the supervisor signature part. You don't need that. Add this on. Cool. Well, I want to say assault. Let's do, is there another one? Let's just do other. All right. APD, use of force report, and then add his name, Tony Savage. All right. So then we do our tag, arrest, take out that top piece, and it's also take this line out. Cool. And then we're gonna do, now I know some of you are gonna have limits to your chat GPT and stuff, but you could use Claude, you could use Copilot. It doesn't matter, as long as it's giving you a good report or a good whatever it is you need to do, then this is gonna be everything you need. All right, so let's go ahead and do cases. We're gonna add that as well. Tony Savage, use of force. There we go, and save. Now the last part of this, you guys have to add the ticket number, whatever ticket that you give him or whatever. This is your charging document. You guys all know that you utilize this, that you give it, that you give them this information here. This is the charging document, and the number you're looking for is going to be this number down here, LSA 137-716-96482. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and copy that on my other screen, 137-716-96482. Gonna copy that. So write it down like a notepad or whatever the case may be. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna go back onto the cases, put that there, go to your report, your arrest report, and put it there, so that whenever anybody needs, if the person lawyers up or anybody does anything, they can easily find what citation it is. Especially if you guys got the 7 days have gone, they haven't paid the fine, that would go into it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. I wanted to show you guys and explain to you guys how to write the reports, how to do everything that you need to do to be as successful as a cop in DVRP. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications so you know when I post. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys. Peace, everybody. We out.